before. I'm appearing on behalf of Ms. Young for purposes of this arraignment only today. I had been contacted on the day of her arrest by her family, but they have been unable to retain counsel on her behalf. So while I will continue for purposes of today, it is Ms. Young's request and need that counsel be appointed for her. I can represent to the court that she in fact is indigent and owns no property and has no income, and she has executed the financial disclosure form that just before we came in the room here, which I'll file with the clerk or present to you, whatever's preferable. She has received the indictment, and waive any question about the time of service, waive reading the indictment, and plead not guilty to both of the counts contained in the indictment. And then at whatever point would like to address her bond.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The municipal court set bond at $1 million on an attempted murder charge. As believed at that time, the young lady did die 2 days later. The state believes that the $1 million bond is appropriate. The defendant is now facing an aggravated murder charge, which is a penalty of life without parole. It is still a death penalty eligible case. The Athens County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate this matter, and information has come forward that would cause me to represent to the court that the case will be returned to grand jury for a third count on the indictment, not at this time a death penalty specification, but however an additional crime the state believes Ms. Young committed on the 23rd of May out of this transaction. Would ask the court to keep the bond at $1 million. Also, our Victims Assistance Office has had contact with the family of Ms. Young's husband and Ms. Young's mother-in-law, Jackie Ely. They would like her to have no contact with them. She has been contacting them by phone at their house and would ask for a no contact order for Craig Young or the resident or her residence, being Jackie Ely's residence. Thank you.
How do you spell Ely?
E-L-Y.
Mr. McNamara.
Ms. Young is 25 years old, almost 26. Graduated from high school in 2004 and went for part of a term at nursing classes at Hocking College. Didn't finish. Has never had any contact with the criminal justice system at all. This is her first experience, and a difficult one. She had been married for about 2.5 years. She has a 7-week-old, maybe, or 8-week-old child, in addition to having been stepmother to Kaylin. All of her family lives here in the area. Many of them are actually here in the courtroom. All of her ties are to the community. She is not a risk of flight. If released on bond, she would agree to an ankle monitor or a reporting bond or whatever other requirements the court thought appropriate. And she, of course, will comply with whatever other restrictions, stay-away orders, things of that sort that the court feels are appropriate. She has a grandmother in Athens County that she could live with, her mother, a number of family members with long-term stable residences who are willing to take her in if the court will allow her a bond that she can afford to make, the family can afford to make.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara. I think the bond set by the municipal court is fair. I'm going to order that the bond be set at $1 million, no 10%. There will also be an ROR component with that, so that if Ms. Young fails to appear for any future court hearings, that could lead to the filing of a new felony. She is to have no contact whatsoever with Mrs. Ely, Jackie Ely, and or Craig Young. That's for them personally, the members of their family, or to contact the residents of Mrs. Ely. And the court is going to schedule for status conference on June 28th at 10:45 a.m. final pretrial will be July 12 at 1:00 p.m. And the jury trial is scheduled for August 9 at 9:00. Now, is there anything else, counsel? We will look at the affidavit and we'll appoint Ms. Young's counsel if it meets approval, and I'm sure based upon Mr. McNamara's statement that it will. So we'll appoint the public defender.
Thank you.
Okay, if nothing else, thank you, everybody. Close the record.